These days, when people want to advance a cause, there are many ways for them to do so. One of the more novel of these ways is called hashtag activism. This is Jen for Curiousmatic, and I'm here today with my colleagues James and Dutch, and we're going to talk about how people use Twitter and hashtags to invoke awareness and hopefully change for social causes. So I'll open it up to questions. Who'd like to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Hashtag activism is something we see a lot on social media, but I was wondering maybe if you could talk a little about what it is and where it comes from.
Sure. Well, the first known instance of hashtag activism dates back to Occupy Wall Street, when activists used the hashtag OWS, to talk about the movement online and spread awareness and spark discussions about that. Since then, obviously, hashtags have expanded from not just Twitter to Facebook and YouTube, and a number of causes have used hashtags to varying levels of success to kind of openly and democratically talk about causes, spread awareness, and sometimes create change.
Hey Jen, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that about the OWS hashtag being the very first. I wonder if there are examples that you have of hashtags that have been like really successful and done a lot, and do you have examples of hashtags that really didn't do much of anything?
Sure. Well, it's kind of difficult to quantify the actual success of a hashtag for hashtag activism. The one way we can really do that is by looking at how viral it is. So, for instance, the hashtag Black Lives Matter may not have created much policy change yet, but it has spread through not just the United States, but the world. And there have been protests all over the world that has stemmed from the use of that hashtag to talk about that issue. Another successful, semi-successful use of hashtag activism was hashtag change the name, which was in reference to the U.S. football team of the Washington Redskins. And though they haven't actually changed their name, it did cause the U.S. Trademark and Patent Office to take away the trademark for them. So that can be considered a partial success. As for hashtags that have been less than successful, one example could be the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls, which is used in an attempt to get girls that were kidnapped in Nigeria by the terrorist group Boko Haram back. And it spread a lot of awareness for a short amount of time, but then people kind of forgot about it. And the girls were actually, a lot of them were married off, converted, and never actually rescued. So that's just an example of how sometimes it's nothing more than just a trend and people forget easily.
Oh, okay, thanks. And then I guess, so it must have critics. What are some other things that critics say about hashtags? I mean, are they used by haters to further their cause or things like that?
Sure. There's a lot of pretty valid criticisms of hashtags. First of all, they're pretty fleeting. They're trending one day and then people kind of forget about them soon afterwards. People call them lazy. So instead of taking to the streets and protesting or writing to politicians, people kind of feel content just to tweet something, and that kind of fulfills their moral duty to a cause. As you said, yeah, haters can kind of hijack hashtags, but mostly it kind of adds to them and builds strength rather than taking away from them. So for example, if somebody disagrees with the hashtag that's being used for activism, they can, use that tag and express their opinion. So it really just opens it up for more discussion rather than taking away the power. And the more it's used, the more power it gets.
Okay, I got you. Thanks.
Great. Well, this has been Jen, James, and Dutch for Curiousmatic. If you want to know more about hashtag activism, you can check out curiousmatic.com. If you have any questions, feel free to tweet us at Curiousmatic. Thanks. Have a great afternoon.